Hey, check this out. I'm here at one of my properties, and these two pieces of wood right here, during the hurricane, came through the wall of my house. Can you believe that? I mean, look how dangerous that would have been if somebody would have been here. In this video, we're going to talk about how I was this close to making a $100,000 mistake on one of my properties. So hang tight, it's going to be a good video. So in this video, we are going to go on a little tour of a woman's house that I owner financed her house to her, and we'll see what Hurricane Laura did to her house. The purpose of this video is really to talk about insurance and how it can save your keister. This could have been a $110,000 mistake on my part, on the part of the attorneys, but really at the end of the day, the buck stops with me. And so I want to show you how you can avoid this same mistake if you're thinking about renting a house to someone, or you're thinking about getting into real estate, or you're thinking about doing your first owner finance deal for somebody. If you're even thinking about getting into investment field of real estate, you need to watch this video and you need to learn from my potential mistake. First, we're going to go through this house and we're going to take a tour. Now, this house, I owner financed it to this woman. Owner financing basically means that I was the bank for this woman so she could buy this home. So she basically is buying it from me. I created a note that she is paying back every month, just like a regular bank, but in this case, I'm the bank and I was charging her interest on the loan. So let's look at this footage. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty bad. It's pretty sad. But this woman was so generous and nice to let me go through her house and video and take some pictures and stuff. And so I was very thankful. I'll see you at the end of this video, and we're going to talk about what happened with this house and with the insurance claim that was filed on this house, and how I could have potentially been in a lot of trouble financially on this project. So I'll see you in a second.
You ripped everything out of it.
Oh yeah.
So look at the ceiling.
Jeez. Look at the water damage.
And when I say water comes, I mean falls. Well, you can see that from this. And not only that, you see the wall is coming down the wall. Comes down the wall. Here, and that's where the mold out on the floor. We got a at like 37, I want to say 37% of moisture, so the driest room in the house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the dry one. You can smell the mold up in here.
Yeah. Wow.
And you can see the wet spot right here. You're gonna have to put another tarp right there,
Yeah.
but it's starting to leak through here. And it's all right there. See where that's lifting up at? Oh yeah, he got it in here. That fan. To dry it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like misty in here.
It is. You should have saw this. Oh, it was so bad.
Jeez.
And see, this is leaking from here. He's gonna have to put another, we were just talking about that this morning. He's gonna have to put another tarp on it at the top because it's leaking.
Jeez.
Yeah, it messed it up pretty bad. You can see the mold was all over the walls. We cleaned the walls with mold spray and stuff, but you still see some in here. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, this was bad. He cleaned it up real good. I got the pictures of what it looked like. It was horrible. We cleaned it pretty good.
Ooh.
Yeah, bad.
all that.
All of the pink and all the sprayed, but it's still growing. That pinkish orange looking mold.
Oh yeah.
Sneak out of here. Was soaking wet. You can see where the cord is right there. The cable cord is wetted there too.
Oh, yeah.
And he came here from this, I guess from that side, from that room. And but he put it on.
It'll come through the ceiling, it'll go down the wall, and then it'll come down the bottom of the wall.
Yep, and that's what it was doing. And that's what I think it did here.
All right, welcome back. So that house was pretty bad. The adjuster said there was a 97% water intrusion in the house, which meant 90% of the house was wet with water leakage, and so they just totaled the whole house, which was crazy. So let's talk a bit about the numbers on what that meant for the deal, because so she purchased the house for $110,000 and put down $25,000, which left her with a current balance of a little less than $85,000. That's what she still owed, and she'd only made like 3 payments on the house when the hurricane happened. So the insurance, which she has, is going to cover her house up to $110,000. So what happens in this situation is that she gets me paid off first, and then she gets the balance of the money. She gets to keep the house, which she can remodel or she can just get rid of and demolish. And she also has the value in the lot, which is about $45,000. So what was the big $110,000 mistake? When we closed about 3 months ago, I had told her to get insurance, and she never did. There was some crazy circumstances around her closing, and so we never really paid attention much to insurance because we were so involved in trying to get the closing done. So the attorney forgot about the insurance. I forgot about the insurance. So about 2 or 3 weeks into the contract, I woke up one morning and was like, there's no insurance on this house. So I called her, they got in touch with her, she got insurance, not wanting to get insurance because she's like, it's so expensive to get insurance. And I told her it's really not compared to what could happen in the future. So she finally got insurance and she insured the place. Now, here's the thing, if she would not have gotten insurance, a few months later, we would have had a hurricane, and then it would have been a totally different situation. What would that have looked like? Well, I would have non-performing assets sitting on that property, totally destroyed. What would have more than likely happened is she would have walked away from the property because at that point, the cost to repair the house was greater than what she was wanting to invest into the home. And so normally what would have been the thing that she would have done is just walk away from the property. And honestly, I wouldn't blame her. So here I would be with this asset sitting there that is just now a liability because what can I do with it? I don't have insurance on it. I would have to just sell the lot and try to spend money to demolish the mobile home and get rid of it. And now I'm stuck with a lot. So my $110,000 asset now would be worth probably about $25,000 to $30,000. That would have sucked, let me tell you. So the first thing the insurance has to do is pay me off because I am the lien holder. I hold the mortgage. I am the bank. And so my name will be on that check when she gets the check. It'll say Mrs. Smith, which is not her real name, but it'll say Mrs. Smith and my LLC. And so she has got to get with me and pay me off first, and then she gets to keep the leftover of the money, and she gets the value of her lot, which I'm gonna help her sell and get rid of, so she can actually walk away with actually a good amount of money, more than she has in the property, and then she can go find a new house, or she could even keep the lot and put a new house on it. So it will work out actually good for her since they went ahead and totaled the house. If they wouldn't have totaled the house, it would have been a different situation with different numbers, but thank God they are totaling the house. Crisis averted, because when I thought about the fact that she did not have insurance on that house after we closed, it was not a good feeling because I knew what could have potentially happened. So Here's the lesson that we have to learn when we're investing in real estate, when we own real estate, if you're even thinking about getting into real estate. Insurance sucks. Paying for insurance sucks. It is one of those things that you just have to suck it up. It's one of the parts of owning real estate that you have to deal with. True story. I was talking to a friend at Lowe's yesterday, and she was telling me, she said, yeah, there's a guy in a town next to us who owned 150 rental properties, and during the hurricane, majority of them got destroyed, and he had no insurance. The cost of insurance was like $150,000 a year, and he didn't want to pay it. So instead, he lost all of his assets, majority of them. That sucks. Insurance is one of those things, if you're gonna own real estate, you have to have it. Don't even think twice, get the good stuff, go ahead. And if you're even remotely in a flood zone, with all the flooding that we've been having here in the United States in the last couple of years, I would go ahead and get flood insurance. It's cheap, especially if you're not in a flood zone. Why take the risk? If you're in a mobile home or in something that's off the ground on piers, then probably not. You might want to think about it, but definitely I have properties that are not in flood zones, and I have insurance on them. So, moral of the story, always protect yourself, be smart. Understand that insurance is there to protect you. It's not if something bad is going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. There could have been a fire, there could have been a tornado, there could have been a flood, there could have been a windstorm that knocked a tree down on a house. You just never ever know. Somebody falls asleep and leaves something on, and next thing you know, the house is on fire. So, in fact, I had a friend his rent house caught on fire, and he filed a claim on it, and then it got hit by the hurricane, and so he had to file another claim on it, and so he got a double claim on that one. That was crazy. So he actually walked away smelling like a rose on that house. But the point is you can either walk away in a very bad position on property, or you can walk away actually putting money in your pocket and actually ahead of the game in these situations. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I really, really appreciate you being here. I'd love to know what you think about this video, so go ahead and comment down below, and I guess I'll see you on the next one with another real estate video just for you.